tonight, whether you guys want to go ahead and look at getting the seats removed, or if then I believe, as said, the...
Right. Okay. Right. To consider response to reports of antisocial behaviour at Memorial Garden. I think
this came over from last meeting, which I wasn't there, so I don't know how much was discussed, but it was asked to be put on the agenda again, I believe. As said, there was consideration of removing the seats, so whether that's one decision to be taken tonight, whether you guys want to go ahead and look at getting the seats removed, or if there's anything else.
I think Tina had her hand up first, and then...
I'm going to make another proposal, considering that we've had Austin Clark's go ahead on removing them, that we get a quote to remove them and get them removed.
Can we make that a temporary thing, just to see if it does make a difference, and if it doesn't make a difference, reinstate the elderly?
Are you happy to accept that? Yeah. Okay. So, Graham?
Well, what we're doing now, by taking his seat away, is moving it to Church Walk.
Sorry.
Because I back onto that. And they have, they're all out there drinking, smoking and all that, music playing, so I can hear it in my back garden. So all we're doing basically is moving it from one place to another, which I don't really think is the answer. I haven't got an answer for it, but we just can't keep moving it along.
All right. Thomas?
That's what I was about to say as well. I also live quite close to Church Walk, so I hear the drunks going down there quite often, and it will be just moving the problem from one place to another, and that's why, I don't know if you read in the neighbourhood plan, there was a proposed country garden for that field on Church Walk, and if that can allow more public space to move said drunks away from the walk, I think that's a good idea. We do just need more green space, more public space for people to do whatever they want.
Catherine?
Other than having drunk people milling around town, is there any way that they could be, I don't know, somewhere that they could actually go to meet and talk and drink, and other than a pub? Yes, I get that, Stan, 100%. Right, but these people that are the ones that are drinking, that are used to drinking on the streets in their countries, this is normal for them, right? It's not normal for us. I know that we've got to deal with it because they are here, literally, but, if there was something that we could actually encourage them to be somewhere else other than in the middle of the high street and that, just thought.
Yeah, Steve and then Tina.
Just to say that basically this, I thought, was brought to the council by a specific complaint, more so about that particular bench. Therefore, the council's doing their bit by acting on that particular complaint. Should a complaint then come from the residents of Church Walk and other areas later on, then that would be a separate issue.
That we've got a PSPO in the town. And although the police haven't got the resources to implement it, there are talks of lots of parish councils. Thetford have poo-pooed the idea, although they need it and they're being encouraged because they've got probably more money in their banks than we have. But to get a warden, I'm not saying a vigilante to walk around in a uniform, a security team, but there are talks of that coming, there is funding to help with this because the police are being so overstretched to help with moving street drinkers on, particularly.
Is this something new, Thomas, or? Yeah.
I've spoken with lots of women my age about walking down Church Walk late at night, and specifically the antisocial behaviour and that they don't feel safe. I think that's a big worry for a lot of women in this town, and I think wardens is a very great idea, and we did it before and it worked, and we should do it again. And then also, I don't see why there is lighting all the way down Church Walk. There should be lampposts.
Right, so we do have a proposal. We had a second, for an amended thing to say that we would remove it but store them and then put them back if that didn't answer the thing. So is everybody in favour of that? Right. So we got one abstention. Right. I will briefly say, when I worked in Swaffham, we had exactly the same problems. I employed a person that went round, who was Eastern European, who went round and educated and talked to people, like you were saying, about that it may be what they do in their country, but it's not acceptable, and it more or less disappeared. And that was just through education and doing it softly sort of thing. So
with these meetings at Cranswick that we're going to be having regarding their ongoing issues and things, this might be something that I can bring up there to see whether or not they can put a poster up somewhere for the shift workers and try and bring that up on one of these, because the meetings are going to be quarterly. That's one thing Claire didn't say. They're going to be quarterly meetings, and a representative from the town council, as well as any other people we think we need in that room. Right. So it's not just councillors, nor is it a political forum.
Stan.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Whilst, as always, a sound suggestion from Tina, we need to be extremely careful that we don't find ourselves in a position of racial profiling. We need to make sure that this message is going out to the whole community, albeit we believe that it is mostly Eastern Europeans and new visitors to the town. We have to speak to everybody to reach the minority.
Right, Catherine, then I think we've just...
It does have to be across the board.
Yeah.
Because I know at least 6 people that aren't Eastern European that literally don't drink anywhere other than High Street, and it's, it is worrying for women, of any age.
Well, we've agreed to do something, haven't we? And we'll just see how it develops from there. Right, to consider membership of the Rural Market Town Group, and it gives us a cost here. I just wonder whether we should delay this until the next meeting because we've had another group suggested tonight, haven't we?
Which I'm fully aware that Swaffham are part of NABMA, and the clerk there used to push and say they were a good group to be part of. I think membership is expensive, and I just tried to Google it and find out, but I couldn't see the subscription cost, so I don't know what that indicates. As far as it goes, I'm not sure we've benefited from being part of the Rural Market Town Group. So maybe it is look at some others and then see which one we might be best to join, if any.
So is everybody happy to leave that until the next meeting?